Hey folks, welcome to InTheMoneyStocks.com's live trading action video. My name is Gareth Soloway, Chief Market Strategist here. Today's date is Wednesday, April 26, 2016. Let's take a look at Alibaba today. Notice the fall the last few days. Now, most people would probably be too scared to short Alibaba a few days ago when it was basically at the highs, multi-month highs. But there was a key signal that alerted us in the options alerts to take puts on this position. They paid 50% to us in just a couple days. Now, I want to show you this because it's so simple. Anyone can do it. And I want to encourage that. The whole idea of doing these videos are educationally based, right? Obviously, I talk about the levels, the reasoning behind a trade that was successful. My goal is so you guys learn how to do it yourselves. And this is just one of those simple trades. You take a very extended chart here that really hasn't had any major pullback in a long time, just these small little dips along the way. So you know it's overbought short term. Then the idea is finding the exact level to go short off of. And that was so easy to find because you had this big gap over here. So again, you can't let nervousness or fear or emotion drive your decisions because that will keep you out of a great trade. This was a trade where the stock was obviously very strong. Most people out there were bullish, but what you had to notice here was just put a simple trend line right here, okay? And notice the perfect gap fill right there. So literally right here, we decided to buy puts on this stock. And literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days later, we were paid 50% for that decision. That's all it was, folks. Now, you might say, well, why aren't you holding it for a longer period of time? Well, to be honest, the market here, it's strong, and you have to respect that. So I decided that 50% profit in 5 days was enough for me. I don't want to be overly greedy. Do I eventually think the market's going to come down sharply? Yes, absolutely I do. But at least in the short term, I'm willing to take a 50% profit in 5 days any day of the week. And that was exactly what we did here. So, again, just look at how simple this trade was. I mean, here it is, chugging up, chugging up, chugging up. You get up to this level, gap fill right there. You know there's a lot of sellers here that got caught in the big downdraft. They're all going to be waiting to sell right here. So again, think about it like this, and this is why gap fills work. Let me give you a little bit more education. So gap fills work because here's the stock chopping, right? And there's a lot of longs in the position here. All right, and then all of a sudden you get a gap down and the stock collapses. And all those people that were holding right here and got caught in the drift lower, the collapse lower, are going to be ready to sell when it gets back to that level because they're basically breaking even right here, right? So once it gets back to gap fill right here, they're going to all say, oh, thank goodness I'm out of this. I can get out of this flat and just move on. And that's the mentality. Remember, that's the mentality of traders and investors. And you can't blame them. I mean, you can't blame them at all. It makes sense. So right there, that's why gap fills work for pullbacks. You could have shorted the stock, sure, but I thought the optimal situation would be to buy puts because you get a bigger bang for your buck. Instead of just making a couple dollars on the downside, 3%, you can make 50% on your options. And that's what we did in the options alerts, folks. And I hope you understand the thought process behind it because ultimately it will benefit you in the future and you can start making these type of simple trades. Take care, guys. Come join us at InTheMoneyStocks.com. The options alerts are there for the taking. Subscribe, easy to do. Profit with us. Take care.